What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing a movie review for, you guessed it, Concussion. So, Concussion started out how you'd expect it to be. It's kind of like an early 2000s movie in the way that it starts. It starts out with Will Smith, and he is a Nigerian doctor. He has so many doctorates, it's unreal. And the way the movie starts out is that it shows you Will Smith, and then it shows number 52 of the Pittsburgh Steelers center, one of the toughest centers to ever play the game of football, number 52. And it shows you, clips from his Hall of Fame speech, not his actual ones, but the one who is played by him. And it really shows you how crazy you can get with the game of football. And it showed where he was like homeless in his truck, and it was so sad because it looked like he was Gollum in his truck. Like, I'm talking about,
Don't open the door. Close it. You need to get out of here. Go.
and it was a little bit creepy. Though, I digress. His best friend is there with him, and he's like, okay, I'll go. And they both talk about how they're like seeing voices and hearing them inside of their head, and it's starting to drive them crazy. The thing is that they both end up killing themselves, and it really it was sad for me to hear about this. It really was, when it actually happened in real time. But anyways, let's move on. So Will Smith's character is a little bit of a smartass, if you will, because he has so many doctorates out the ass. Guy's a genius. He plays a Nigerian doctor who has, I think, about 8 or 9 degrees of just medical stuff, and he mostly focuses on about the brain and the about organs and the chest region. So, yeah. Anyways, so he has this weird fetish to where right before he starts to cut people open, he always looks at them and says, "Okay, tell me, what happened to you?" And it gets a little bit creepy from then on out. But anyways, we'll move on to the actual movie. Now, I will tell you, after Will Smith gets number 52 of the Pittsburgh Steelers and does his autopsy, and after his ass of a co-worker says, "No, you're not going to do this. You cannot take his brain and do stuff to it, because that's going to cost money. You better pay it out yourself." And Will Smith says, and and Will Smith does pay for it. He pays for all the work that is submitted. Then it gets to the middle of the movie, and it's just talking. More talking. More talking. And 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 more talking. For real, this movie does not stop with the talk. 2 hours and 3 minutes of just talking. It is so boring. And the funny thing is that I kind of still like the movie. I mean, yeah, it's boring in the middle, but then you get to the end. Now, the ending is where it all comes straight to a head. It's where Will Smith delivers this great speech, and he's like, listen, he basically says, "You know what? You're dead. NFL doctor. Your men are dying, and you're going to fix it." And you end up kind of saying like, whoa, this Nigerian doctor is kind of badass. And you go along with it. So then it moves on to where they're going to go have a speech with Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, the new one. And they're like, okay, we've heard you. We'll let you speak. The NFL in this movie ass is. Like, they are not even good asses. They're just like, oh, yeah, small Nigerian doctor. Not like all of our players are dying, but whatever. But yeah, once Will Smith and Alec Baldwin get there and they're talking about all the good stuff and the bad stuff about it, the NFL really starts to listen. And then it gets to the very end. Will Smith has a child born, and he's just now a father. Here's the thing. He was working on a house being built. It was almost finished building. And you know what happened? His wife's like, oh, if you want me, you're gonna have to sell the house. Lady, the dude spent like $500,000 on the house. Really? Really? But anyways, 3 years later, they're out, and they moved away to Southern California. And there was his former player who was in the NFL, who worked for the NFL at the time. He was a former player, and he kind of went really, really crazy. He started to hear voices in his head, and he wrote down a note that said, I can't do this anymore. And he said that Will Smith's Nigerian character was correct, that it was due to concussions, and he wanted his body to be donated so that you could run tests on him. And it was very touching on how the NFL players are like, yes, we need to stand up against it. Then at the very end, it showed all the list of all the things that they did. They went to trial, they went to court, they sued the NFL, and it really meant a lot. Now, the meaning of this movie was basically to tell you not let your son play the game of football. It wasn't like that at all. It was basically just saying how they tried to make the sport a whole lot safer for NFL players to play because it makes so much money for America and it's fun to watch. That's really all the movie was about, is just trying to make the NFL players have better safety. All in all, I give this movie a good 8.2 out of 10. I would watch it again, but it's very long, so just telling you, if you go see it, it's a little bit boring, but it's worth to go watch. I will buy the Blu-ray edition of this, and I will definitely watch it multiple times. And last, thank you so much for watching. Click the like button if you like the video. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. And always, have a nice day.